Okay, let's unpack this. Today's deep dive is, well, it's different. We're not looking at the usual business strategies or market stuff today.
No, not at all.
We're sitting with a really powerful, very personal piece from Lóng Tíng Voices. It's titled, Before You Go, A Space to Breathe, to Stay, to Be.
That's right. And this source material, it's fundamentally different in its purpose. It's a direct message, full of empathy, written specifically for someone who might be having thoughts of suicide.
Yeah.
It's from Oliver-Werner Kneitinger, who also goes by in. And it's presented really as a human offering, not an analysis.
Right. So our mission here for this deep dive is really to understand the potential impact of this message. We want to explore its kind of unique structure, the language it uses, and try to get a sense of why it might connect so deeply with someone who's really struggling, maybe right on the edge.
And it explicitly talks to you, the listener. It
Yeah.
says that. It aims to create this genuine space to breathe, to stay, to feel heard.
It's definitely a shift from our usual topics. You feel the weight, the personal nature of it immediately.
Absolutely. And one of the things that really jumps out is how quickly it creates this sense of intimacy.
How so?
Well, it starts by imagining finding you, the listener, perhaps late at night, maybe just scrolling online,
Yeah,
maybe already having the thought.
that unspoken thought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Using that word thought, it's very deliberate, I think. It acknowledges suicidal thinking right away without any judgment, just bringing it into the open.
It doesn't wait for the listener to somehow voice their pain first. It just goes right there, meeting them in that private, really difficult space.
Yes, and then it delivers that incredibly raw central statement.
Oh, that line. Yeah.
If suicide ever crosses your mind, just know I would rather listen to your story than attend your funeral.
Wow. I mean, that's not just a sentence, is it? It lands like a shockwave.
It really does. It just smashes the taboo around talking about suicide by being so authentic and direct. It puts the person's life, their voice, absolutely first. Cuts right through any awkwardness or politeness.
And then it immediately follows up with these assurances, almost like anticipating the reason someone wouldn't reach out.
Right. I don't care if we've never met. I don't care how messy your life feels. It just dismantles those potential barriers.
Yeah, it counters the I'm a bother or no one would get it or my life's too complicated thoughts that can stop people. It just clears them away.
Exactly. So the core message right there in the beginning is this profound validation. It's saying you matter, you are real, your pain isn't too much, and you don't have to carry it by yourself.
That validation feels so crucial because often when someone's in that deep pain, they might feel like a burden or like their suffering isn't real or it's somehow too much for others.
Mm-hmm. And this text just directly pushes back against that, saying explicitly, your pain is valid and you don't have to face it alone. It's an offer to share that weight.
Then the source kind of pivots, doesn't it? It offers this quiet critique of, well, the world we often see.
Yeah, the world obsessed with answers. Hustle, progress, polished smiles. That's the quote.
Right. And it contrasts that with this deep need. We sometimes have to just sit with the silence, the quiet between words.
It points to that performance, doesn't it? The pressure so many people feel to keep up appearances.
Definitely. And it draws this sharp distinction between the surface level, I'm fine, and that hidden, visceral reality.
The shaking, broken, crying in the shower, kind of not okay. That specific image.
That language is so powerful because it's specific, it's relatable, it speaks right to that invisible struggle many people hide.
And it broadens the scope of who might be hiding it. It specifically mentions leaders.
Ah, yes. Even leaders collapse. Even the strongest ones break.
And crucially, it says that breaking doesn't equal weakness. It makes you alive.
That's such an important point in the source. It makes the message relevant not just to those who might seem obviously distressed, but also to people in, high-pressure jobs, people who project strength.
Exactly. It acknowledges that they, too, can reach an immense internal crisis point. And it reframes that breaking point, not as some kind of failure, but just as part of being human.
Which then leads into the very concrete offer the author makes. He calls them ER calls, emergency calls for the soul.
That name itself, ER calls. It immediately signals urgency, accessibility, but without the clinical formality.
And the description is so simple but strong. Middle of the night, no appointments, no polished lines, just your voice, just my voice, just space.
It emphasizes that raw, unfiltered connection. No need to pretend, no need to have everything figured out. It's just about immediate human presence.
Yeah, the text really underlines that. You don't need the right words. You don't need a plan. Just breathe. Let someone else be there with you.
It strips away all the complexity often associated with asking for help. It's just about presence.
And the reason he gives for offering this, it's incredibly moving.
Which part?
Not because I can fix everything, but because I will not let you vanish unseen.
Ah, yes. Vanish unseen. That phrase is so potent. It really captures that deep isolation someone in crisis might feel.
That fear of just disappearing without anyone truly seeing the pain or even noticing you're gone.
And the source says, essentially, I will be the one who sees. I will not let that happen.
Then the tone shifts again just slightly. It comes like a letter to you, the one who's still here.
Mm-hmm. Very direct again. Let me speak directly to you now, you who are listening. Breathing.
It really anchors the message in the listener's present moment. It emphasizes that fact.
Yeah.
You are still here, right now.
And it uses that directness to hammer home these really crucial value statements, things that fight back against the self-doubt and pain.
Like what?
Like, your life is not just important, it's irreplaceable. You are not a burden. You are not broken. You are becoming even now, even in the dark.
Those aren't just nice words, are they? They feel like direct challenges to the negative self-talk that crisis brings.
Exactly. They affirm worth, and they affirm potential, even when things feel incredibly dark.
And the relational piece comes through so strongly here, too. There are people who want you to stay. I am one of them.
It makes the plea personal. It's not just a general idea. It's this specific person offering connection.
And he states his choice, very clearly choosing the messy, confused, unfiltered story over the finality of a goodbye I didn't get to stop.
Which really underscores the depth of the empathy, the commitment. It's saying, I'm willing to sit with the difficulty, the pain, because the alternative, losing you, is unthinkable.
Valuing the messy truth of the person over any discomfort.
Precise.
So finally, the source looks at where to go from here. But it's not prescriptive, is it? It doesn't issue commands.
No, it suggests possibilities, gently. Maybe this is the moment you call someone. Maybe you write. Maybe you just breathe and hold on for one more minute.
It acknowledges that feeling of being stuck that paralysis crisis can bring and offers these tiny, manageable steps forward.
Yes, and the ways to contact him are just as gentle and accessible. Write me, call me. Whispers, that's all you can do.
It meets you wherever you are, energy-wise. Any way of reaching out, however small, is welcomed.
Reinforcing that core message again.
Yeah.
You are not alone.
I also found the way the source describes itself near the end really telling.
How it characterizes itself.
Yeah, not a polished speech, but a human offering. A bridge between isolation and belonging. Between ending and staying.
Those metaphors, they perfectly capture what it's trying to be, don't they? An authentic hand reaching out. A bridge.
Absolutely. And that simple final plea, please stay, just direct, powerful.
And the idea of coming back to the episode, using it as a reminder.
Let it remind you. Your voice still matters. Your heart still beats, and you are still here. It's like an anchor you can return to.
A space that stays open for you.
So wrapping it all up, those last affirmations, I hear you, I see you, and I'm not going anywhere. And then stay, breathe, come home to yourself. It just provides this feeling of steadfast presence.
An invitation back to yourself, really, away from the immediate crisis.
And the whole text, I think, achieves that deep, empathetic tone through that consistent directness, the simple but really evocative language.
And the sheer authenticity. It feels like a genuine act of care, not marketing or anything superficial.
Its power really does seem to lie in its vulnerability.
And if you think about who this might reach, based on the text itself, it's clearly, for those actively thinking about suicide, yes, but also anyone struggling silently.
Behind that facade we talked about.
Right, including people in high-pressure roles, leaders, and fundamentally anyone feeling utterly isolated or broken.
The message stays consistent, doesn't it? You're not alone. Your life matters. Help is here. Please stay.
It's such a vital reminder of how necessary human connection and presence are, especially in deep crisis. It's a lifeline.
Yeah.
And it validates those hidden struggles.
That author's stance just resonates throughout. I am there. We hear you. Please stay.
Unwavering.
So, as we close this deep dive, maybe something for you, our listener, to think about. The source suggests that sometimes just breathing, just holding on for one more minute, that itself is a valid step. That is enough in that moment.
Which brings up a really profound question, I think, about what support really looks like. What does it truly mean to just be there for someone in their absolute darkest time? without feeling the need to fix things, without offering solutions, just offering presence.
And maybe the flip side, too. What does it mean to allow someone else to simply be there for you when you're in that completely vulnerable space?
Sitting in that quiet space together.
Yeah. Something to hold on to. Think about that.